Yeah.
In the red corner, representing 23, Earl Halstead. In the blue corner, on the cap, Diego Gamez.
right, Diego, introduce yourself. Tell me about yourself.
My name is Diego Perez. I'm 24 years old. I come from Ignacio, Colorado. I have 3 kids and a wife. I'm a landscaper. I work full-time, take care of my kids, and I'm going to college part-time right now.
Wow. Full schedule. How do you make time for boxing?
I wake up every morning at 4. I go for my run, 3 to 5 miles. I used to be 280 pounds. I've cut all the way to 180. I fought last year at 175, 178, 3 bouts. Tore my labrum and got shoulder reconstruction done this year. And I just came off of surgery. This is my first fight back. I had 7 months off, man.
And you came back from surgery and you were able to go into a fight and not only win it, but be able to stop your opponent. You know what I mean? You got the counts. You know what I mean? What was the game plan behind it?
My father-in-law, Elko Garcia, he's my trainer, and he's always told me that I'm a short fighter. I have to get inside. In order to get inside, I'm gonna have to take some punishment in order to give it. And I did that today, man. I was taking some punishment, but I gave it to him. You know, I gave it right back to him.
So how'd you get into boxing?
I started just because I was going down the wrong road, man. There's a club around town, and I asked my father-in-law if he could help train me so I could get in shape. You know, I got an assault and battery charge and disorderly conduct and stuff like that, man. So I was in the wrong path, man.
That's awesome.
And he pulled
to find something that kind of steers you in the right direction, is helping you out. You said you got kids?
Yes, sir. 3 of them.
3 of them, all boys?
1 boy and 2 little girls.
2 little girls.
Yes, sir.
Are you gonna teach them how to box?
Yes, sir. My little boy Isai Angel Perez, he throws just like me, man. He's a fighter, man. He likes to throw. He likes to bang.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what made you say, you know what, this is the sport I want to do?
Since I was a kid, bro, I always thought I was badass, you know?
Yeah.
I was always down to bang with anybody, and I was always over 200, so I'm a big boy, you know? I got a big boy mentality, bro. Like, the guy I fought today was 201. I weighed in at 188, and they didn't put that down today. You know, so he was 12 pounds heavier than me.
Hey, you know what? Size is deceiving. It doesn't mean anything. If the skill is there, you can win the fight.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I heard a lot of whispers that your opponent was a lot bigger than you. You know what I mean? But you still went in there. You were still able to get the count on him. You won phenomenally. You got all the skills to make it a win, and then to say, oh, I just came back from shoulder surgery. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like it. You did phenomenal. You know what I mean? Before a fight, what do you have, like a ritual or a little routine that you know what I mean, a song that you listen to, or how do you get into the moment, like, you know, I'm gonna fight?
I call my little brother Elias, and I call my little brother Isais, and we grew up without a dad, and I talk to them because I'm their father figure, and I tell them that it's like a ritual for me. I call them, and I gotta get there, like, they're either, if they say no, and it's like, I don't want you to fight, brother, but I know you're going to, or something like that, and it's like, I'm going to because I have to. You know, life's a battle, bro. Life's a fight. Your life might be messed up. You know, my life was messed up. His life might be messed up. All of it's messed up. So what, bro? You gotta fight, man. Fight through it. You gotta do better, man. Every day. You gotta fight to do better, and that's what I do, man. I call my brothers, and they get me through.
I like to make a lot of comparisons when it comes to boxing to life. You gotta have the same discipline in boxing that you do in life. You know what I mean? What do you think doing boxing helped you in life, or did you think life is what helped you do what you do in boxing?
I think it's both of it. Life helped me because I grew up rough, I grew up hard and stuff. So I had to give everything to boxing because, you know, that's it. I know I'm gonna go all in, and you hear it, man. You don't play boxing, you can't play that shit. So, you know, I get in there, bro, and I give it everything I got, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. How'd you feel about your performance today?
I felt great, bro. I feel great. I feel a little winded. You know, I could run some more. I could use some more sprints, just to open up the lungs. But other than that, bro, I felt great, man. I did really good. Very proud of myself. I'm very hard on myself, but you know what, man? I'm very proud of myself. I was actually a little discouraged when I found out my opponent was 201 plus. I was like, man. But hey, dude, I come from Durango, Colorado. Came here to fight, man. 6 hours. 6 hours ain't for nothing, dude.
There you go. You didn't come down here to get that win, that loss, right?
Excuse my language, man. Excuse my language, bro. But no, I came here to get that win, bro. And I want to send a shout out to Family Affair Boxing and Coach Gilbert. He stood in my corner last year. He stood in my corner this year. And they show me love, man. They treat me like family, and they can feel at home over here, man. So I want to give a big shout out to them.
Going to Golden Gloves?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. I'm planning on fighting next week in Albuquerque, and then the week after that at the Corner Boxing Club at your guys' Golden Glove Tune-Up Show. Yeah. And then I want to fight in the novice division for Golden Gloves, and hopefully get me a the championship. But at 178, not at this big boy weight, man.
Well, congratulations on your win, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Your opponent was big. He was hitting hard, and he definitely didn't want to give up. So it just showed that you outworked him, and it was good, man. Good work.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. I really do, man. Thank you.
Congratulations.
In the red corner, unattached, Heather Gerda. In the blue corner, representative of the U.S., Savannah Williams.
right, Heather, how'd you feel about your fight today?
I feel like I did all right. There's some stuff I could improve on, of course, but did all right. Coming off a bad streak, so it's good to get a win.
There you go. And tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What's your gym?
I'm out of Grand Junction, Colorado. Mostly trained by myself and my dad. He's learned boxing all just so I can be doing this.
How'd you get into boxing?
My parents put me into a self-defense class when I was young, and I was already pretty good at it, but wasn't for me at the time, so I took a break. Ended up coming back to it and stuck with it.
That's cool. And then what made you say, you know what, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do this sport?
Good at it. It was fun. I enjoy punching people in the face. I enjoy that. It's fun. I like making people miss.
There you go. Yeah, I was watching you. Phenomenal footwork, first of all. Able to get those angles. Those were really, really good angles, and you were able to capitalize on them. A lot of people, they get those angles and they step back. I saw that you were actually stepping forward. You know what I mean? So, jumping in the ring, what's something that you practiced in like boot camp that you were able to use in this fight?
This fight specifically, I'd been training to work in some Lomachenko moves where I get around the opponent, and I'm happy I managed to pull it off a couple times here. I've been working on it for a couple weeks, and mostly focus on footwork. I know I'm not the strongest out there. I know I'm not the fastest, but goddamn, I'm going to have the best footwork out there.
There you go. You're very technical. You know what I mean? You fought a gym, triple threat. That wasn't an easy gym. They definitely have some high quality fighters. So for you to be able to go in there and perform the way you did, that definitely does put you out there and does give you people a standard like, okay, she's someone to watch out for.
Yes, thank you.
Now, what's the hardest thing about boxing?
Mental game. Yeah. It's all mental. You are your own worst enemy, and it's so hard to get through it.
Yeah. What's one of the hardest workouts you think you've had to do?
Oh, jeez. All conditionings are pretty hard for me. I try at least. To be able to do the stuff that I do, I need to be in about the best shape I can.
Being a female in the boxing world, okay, there's not very many of the females doing this sport. What's some advice you could give to someone to encourage them? You know what? Hey, try this sport.
Geez, it's not for everyone. That's first off. It ain't for everyone. You gotta have it in your heart that you want to do this. If you want to get into it, just go find a local gym, find some place to work out. Watch YouTube videos. YouTube helps a lot. You can learn just about anything off of YouTube. It certainly helps.
So how long you been boxing?
I'm on my 4th year right now. Just started 4th year.
And how many fights?
I think this was my 30th.
Your 30th. Wow.
I think. I've lost track. I need to count them again.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's not easy. Getting 30 fights is not easy.
Oh, no. That's going to every possible place I can go to. First year, I was mostly club fights. Second year, had to start going to the big tournaments. Get out there, see how good I was, and see if I can keep doing this.
Yeah, definitely. Are you going to go to Golden Gloves?
Yes, I will be here in Golden Gloves.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on your win today, and hopefully I see you on Golden Gloves as well.
Yes, thank you.
Good work. Robert. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey man, I'm Robert from 20th Street Recreation Center, aka RG3. Robert Gamez III. First fight, man. First fight.
First fight. How long you been boxing?
I work as the manager at the rec center, and Baca just let me spar. So I've only been sparring 2-3 years. It's the first time he was like, "Come on, Rob, let's do it."
That's awesome. So what went through your head when you first heard, "Hey, let's go get a fight"?
Yeah. I was like, this dude crazy, man. I just like sparring. I was sparring Salam, and he beat me up all the time. And coach saw something though, so I was like, damn.
Robert Baca, he's a good coach, man. So if he said, "Hey, let's go take it to a real fight," he definitely saw something.
Yeah, I told him, I appreciate it. There's a lot of people, like I said, I've sparred Sean Mondragon, Salam Gonzalez, and they put a good whipping on me, so I never saw it, but he saw something in me, and I appreciate that.
Well, you said you sparred a lot. Now, how does that compare to being in a room full of people cheering you on?
I was happy they were cheering me on, but it was a different atmosphere. I've sparred 7-8 rounds before. But it's just, you got the adrenaline, you got your nerves, so you 10 times tired as you are. Yes, sir.
So before you came into the fight, you had to work out, you had to go into a boot camp. You know what I mean? What was one of the hardest workouts you had to do during that boot camp?
Wind sprints. Because I would jog all the time, but I wouldn't see the results. But when I started I lived near North High School, and doing wind sprints on the 100-yard line, on the football field, that shit was tough. And then, of course, there's nothing that beats sparring.
Yeah.
You gotta have a lot of mental self-esteem when you're getting punched, so, because it hurts.
So what made you say, you know what, this is boxing? Yeah, he said, "Hey, let's go get a fight." What made you say, all right, let's do it?
I just said to myself, let's see what happens, Robert. Test yourself, man. It's hell, what you sparring for? You just taking unnecessary punishment. I used to tell people I spar just so the kids won't try me in the gym, but I actually wanted to see how I could do with guys who are in shape, so it was some good stuff.
And so what kind of motivated you to do boxing?
I played football and stuff, and usually when I'm in college, when I'm in school, I'm playing a sport. And when I was in college, I'm still in college, it was hard for me because I didn't have nothing else to motivate me, but boxing kept me that discipline, whether it was eating, working out, all that stuff. So that's why I wanted to do it, man. It reminded me of football. I used to play football, so
that's awesome.
A little bit different. You're getting direct punches in boxing.
So being the workouts between football and boxing, okay, you've gotten to taste both of those workouts. Yeah. How do you compare the two?
They got their own problems, but boxing is just you. Yeah. Team, you can link up, and I got my team with Robert Baca and them, but this is a different story. At the end of the day, it's man on man. There's nothing like it in sports.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations on your first fight. I know Golden Gloves is right around the corner. Do you plan on going to that?
We'll see, man. We'll definitely see. I got to work my work schedule. I had to pull some strings just to do this, so I want to keep testing myself, so you might see me again, absolutely.
That's cool. So between work, school, and the gym, how do you do it?
You got to be disciplined, man, disciplined and organized. Yeah. My girlfriend, Kelsey, man, if she wasn't there to help me be organized, you wouldn't be seeing me right here. I damn sure wouldn't be doing as well as I am in college.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations on your win today. First win. That's not easy. Jumping into the ring and fighting someone you have no idea how it could go. You know what I mean? So congratulations. And I hope to see you at more events.
Man, I appreciate it. I hope to, too, man. I like this. This is awesome. Thank you for giving me the time. I know you got a great platform, so I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In the red corner, representing A1, Yasmin Gonzalez. In the blue corner, representing BFS, John Parker.
heavy on that. Did you tell him? Good. And now he's out. Okay, good. Hey, somebody else is supposed to be working the door. Good job, dude. Thank you for work, man. Somebody else is supposed to be working the door.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your winner by DQ disqualification. Now, please, your winner in the red corner, Jasmine Gonzalez. That was about 14.
Yasmin, how are you feeling?
I feel great.
Yeah?
I mean, it wasn't the best fight I could have put on, but feel good. Still,
How long you been boxing?
2 years?
2 years.
Yes.
How many fights?
I've been doing walkthroughs, so I'm the 140 to 145 Super Gloves champ, and this is my first official fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How'd you feel about your first fight? Official fight?
I mean, I was nervous, but I was like, I'm trying to keep in mind, I was like, you know what, like, I got this. I've been here for like almost 2 years. If I could do Silver Gloves, then I could do this.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then how'd you feel about walking into the ring today? You know what I mean, being in front of a crowd and everything. Is that be different than just going and doing sparrings and all that? How does it feel?
I feel it's great. I mean, I heard a lot of people like saying like, what? But I mean, I still win at the end of the day. That's all that matters to me, and I just need to know how to improve in my next fight. And
well, I thought you did phenomenal. You put a lot of pressure on your opponent. They didn't know what to do, so they had to do other things to get out of certain situations, and which allowed you because you were the better fighter. You know what I mean? So congratulations on your win. Doesn't matter how you win or it's a win. One of the biggest things is before you go to a fight, you got to work hard. You got to do a training routine. What was the hardest thing about the whole workout before the fight?
I mean, I had to lose weight. Because I took a vacation off after I finished Silver Gloves, so I had to lose that weight real quick. Fortunately, I was able to, and I was just need to remember, like, keep my hands up and move, and I hope I did that today.
And then, so how many times did you jump in the ring before, they're like this fight?
I jumped in many rings actually, but like a fight, I haven't. Sparring, I sparred many times, of course. Sparred with some pros at my gym. I went to other gyms and sparred some pros there. So I'm really not really happy with my work here, but at the end of the day, I mean, I know I could have won at the end. So.
You feel you can always improve on something, right? So coming out of this fight, what's something you think you can improve on?
my distance, it's always been a trouble for me, but I feel like now that I know what to do, I know what I'm going to work on.
And then how'd you get into boxing?
I was supposed to be in volleyball, but I got in a fight with a girl, so I didn't make varsity, but don't tell my parents because they don't know. So I was like, you know, Dad, I didn't make the team. Put me in whatever sport. He's like, all right, you're going to be in boxing. I was like, okay. Yeah.
That's funny. That's a good story of how to start boxing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So, who's someone that motivated you in boxing?
I loved Canelo. I loved how he just he beat his division. I liked how he could go harder on himself. I like how he could go more like heavyweight and he could also be there. And as well as Clarissa Shields. Yeah, I seen her and she's like, I'm the greatest. I was like, you know what? I'm the greatest too, you know? Following Muhammad Ali's experience. So yeah.
So you named some fighters. Who's someone that you kind of you want to be, that you look up to and you be like, that's my fighting style. That's who I want to fight like?
Clarissa Shields. Yeah. She's tough. I mean, she's bold, she's strong. I was like, yeah, girl, like you do you. I was like, yes.
There's not a lot of females that are doing this sport. What's some advice you give them that tells them, hey, you know what, try this sport?
My advice would be, this sport is literally blood, sweat, and tears. I know that because this week I was sweating every day. I bleed like on Tuesday. I cried like a year ago and I was like, you know what, I don't know if I should do this, but I kept pushing on. My coach kept encouraging me. He's like, you know, you got this, you know? You have a strong right hand, just use it. And my advice would be like, keep going. If when you have doubt yourself, you just keep on going. I mean, improve them wrong, you know?
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your win. That was not an easy fight. Jumping into ring is not an easy thing too. But hopefully I see you at Golden Gloves. But good work on your win today.
Thank you.
Number 15, 16-year-olds, 138-pound weight class. 2-minute rounds in the red corner, representing corner. In the blue corner, representing Prodigy, Pancho Rivera. ladies and gentlemen, we have your winner in the blue corner.
All right, Pancho, tell me about your fight, man.
It was really fun. I went in there with a game plan, and I feel like I executed it pretty well. So, yeah.
Well, we talked about you, me and my dad, we were talking about you in our first episode of Round by Round, and we were talking about your fight with Picasa, and you guys were one of the fights that we really wanted to see because it was a different matchup. It's something you guys, that's your first time guys fighting each other, right?
That's our
Second time? So the first time it was very close. This one is the exact same thing. It could have gone either way. You know, what think you gave you the little bit more of the edge?
Well, realistically, I think I won all the way. But I mean, I'm not looking from it from an outside perspective like you are. But in the ring, it felt like I was winning a lot. You know, thought I got every round. But
yeah, no, you guys both phenomenal fighters, and this is definitely one of those matchups we were excited to see. So I'm happy it went through. And man, tell me about it. What was your game plan when you first went in there?
Well, I know he has really long arms. That's something I needed to overcome so we were working on slipping in and out and just staying in the pocket because if he boxes me at his distance, then I wouldn't never won that match. So that was the game plan going in it anyways.
There you go. And how many fights do you have now?
I'd have to count, but I think like 36.
36.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fights.
Yeah.
You're going to go the Golden Gloves, right?
Yes, definitely. This is warming up for it.
So, being with 65 or 36 fights, you know what I mean? What's some advice you give someone being in the sport as long as you have? Someone says, "Hey, you know, I want to try boxing." What's some advice?
It's not as easy of a sport as people make it out to be. If you really want to be a fighter and actually get in the ring and fight, you got to be dedicated. You have to, especially if you want to go far in this sport. You have to train hard.
How'd you get into boxing?
My dad. I was a wrestler at first, but my dad ended up putting me into boxing. I just loved it ever since. First time I got in the ring, first time I started boxing, it was a sparring match and I got my ass kicked, but I loved it. You know, I wanted more of it, so just kept going from there.
So tell me a little bit about your background. What was the point where you're like, you know what, this is the time I'm gonna stick with boxing. This is a sport for me.
Since the first time I felt the leather of my glove crack somebody in the face. I'll tell you that. I just loved it ever since. I've been doing it about 5-6 years now. You know, just we'd get fights here and there. You know, nothing too crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, boxing, you have to have that love-hate relationship. You love the sport because you get to beat someone up, but you hate the fact that you got to do all the workouts.
No, actually, I love the training, especially with like my teammates and stuff. The running. I mean, don't get me wrong, we trash talk a lot, and it's a great time training. I mean, there's a seriousness to it, of course, but you gotta enjoy what you do.
And what's one workout that, no matter how much you do it, you hate doing?
Burpees. I hate burpees.
I can see it in the face. I can see it in your face. You hate them.
I do not like burpees. Hey, but that's more the reason why I do them more than anything else, though. You know? Yeah.
And then when you're in a ring, you know what I mean, it gets noisy, it gets loud. When you're in the ring, do you just zone everybody out, or what's going on in the ring at that time?
Well, a lot of times it's a little on and off. Like when you're throwing a combo, it's just you and him. But like if you're backing out and you're looking at each other, you see the crowd, you're like, "What's up?" You know, it's cool. Yeah. But actually in the fight, throwing punches, everything zones out. You can't hear nothing except the punch.
Hey, you're at the point in your amateur career where you're not even pro yet, but you have a fan base. You know what I mean? Is that something that your friends look up to? What do your friends think of you?
Well, I don't really talk about boxing too much with my friends. Except Steven, he's one of my friends from school. He's a boxer too, but I don't know. I don't really talk to it much about him, except my family, and you know, I got a big family, so that's a pretty big base already.
And then, so what is some of the other stepping stones you got to take to get where you want to be for Golden Gloves?
Honestly, I'm going to probably go back and rewatch the fight that's going to be on YouTube. Okay, I'm probably going to go back, watch that, and just see what I'm doing wrong, fix it, work on it in the gym. Yeah, that's all we can do.
Well, congratulations on your win, man. You did phenomenal. You were one of the fighters that we were really looking forward to see. So I'm happy the fight went through.
You good?
Yeah.